Okay, so in this video we're going to have a look at the surface area of a cylinder, and we're looking at a closed shape here. So imagine I've got a cylinder, it's got a top and a bottom, it's got a lid and a base. Okay, so imagine I've got a shape like this. Maybe you could imagine a can of baked beans, something like that. And now imagine trying to work out what the net for that shape would be. Imagine unraveling this curved edge to make a rectangle, and then the circles on the top and bottom sort of folding outwards to make this net. Okay, this is what the net of a cylinder looks like. And there's a few different shapes here, aren't there? We've got a rectangle and we've got two identical circles. So if I want to know the surface area for this shape, so I want to know the total area on all of these surfaces, I need to add up each one individually. So I've got a circle here, I can work out the area of that, I can add on another area of the circle, and then I need to add on the area of the rectangle. So if I've got a cylinder and it's got a height h, and the circle on top has a radius r, then let's work out what each of those bits would be. So let's think about the circles first of all. We know what the area of one circle is. It's pi times r squared. Okay, that would be for one circle. That's the area for one circle. But for this shape, we've got a top and a bottom. So we've got this circle on top and the circle on the bottom. So that makes two circles. So I'm going to have two of this. I'm going to have 2 times pi times r squared. Okay, so far I've got the top and the bottom. Now I need to know about this rectangle. Now I know to work out a rectangle, it's width times height, isn't it? But we might not know what this might not be completely obvious straight away. So let's see where this comes from. Now when I unravel this shape, this rectangle has got to kind of like come around all the way around the circle. Okay, when you kind of ravel it all up. So when you unravel it, this length here is actually the same length as the circumference of the whole circle. And we know that the circumference of a circle is 2 pi r, or pi times the diameter. So for the rectangle, for this area here, I'm going to have 2 pi r multiplied by h. And I'm going to have to add that on because that's the other shape there. So we've got 2 pi r times h. And altogether that's going to make the surface area for a cylinder. So I've written it down here. The total surface area of a cylinder, okay, we've got 2 pi r squared, that's the two circles, top and bottom, plus 2 pi r multiplied by h. Okay, that's your kind of rectangle, the bit that's curved around here. Okay. So should we have a go at some questions? Let's have a go at these examples. In fact, why don't you try and work out what the surface area is for each of these. Pause the video, have a go, and then I'll go through them. Okay, so we're going to go through each of these questions now. So the first one, the total surface area. Well, let's think about the circles on top and bottom. So we've got 2 of them, and we've got pi times the radius squared, so the radius is 2 squared. That's my 2 circles, top and bottom. Then I need to add on to that the rectangular bit, so that's going to be 2 pi r. So 2 pi times 2, it gives me the circumference, then I have to times that by the height, 5. And I can type all that on my calculator. Let me run and get my calculator. Okay, I've got my calculator. So I'm going to type it in, 2 times pi times 2 squared plus 2 times pi times 2 times 5. That gives me 28 pi. And that is 87.96 centimeters squared, because it's an area. And that's if I round it to 2 decimal places. Okay, let's have a go at another one. So again, we've got two circles top and bottom, so let's add up those ones first. So I've got two of them, and the area of a circle is pi times r squared, so pi times 2 squared. Then we need to add on the rectangular bit. Okay, so that is the circumference of that circle multiplied by 6, so it's 2 pi r, so 2 pi times 2 times the height there, 6. Okay, pop that in my calculator, and we're going to get an answer of 32 pi, or if I round it, 100.5 meters squared, and here I've decided to round it to 1 decimal place. Okay, last one here. So this time I've been a bit sneaky. I've thrown in a diameter, so we could swap that, couldn't we, for a radius? What's half of 6? It's 3, isn't it? So that's 3 centimeters radius. So I've got two circles, 1 and 2. So two of my pi times r squared. So pi times my radius 3 squared, plus, and then the curved edge is going to be the circumference, 2 pi times 3, multiplied by the height. So here, that's the length of the shape here, which is 10. Okay, pop that on my calculator. Okay, times by 3. Okay, I've got 78 pi, and if I wrote that as decimal, it would be 245 point. In fact, actually, let's just leave it like that. 245 centimeters squared, because it's an area, and here I've rounded it to 3 significant figures. Okay, so that is a quick look at the surface area of a cylinder.
Joash Maths.